understand how the main system works with our programming menus and our print cards and the whole system, this feature is just an extra, and this is our testing template. Some coaches still see the value in having a full day, or you may have an event like a lift-a-thon that's completely dedicated to trying to set maxes, test, whatever it is. And this is a need because sometimes you need to be able to see and maybe be able to write on the sheet a little better and have it actually dedicated for that testing day. This testing template is going to operate as a hybrid between the old multi-athlete programming template style, but also have the printing capabilities of Strength Sheets. So I'm going to show you how to operate this from start to finish and make it easy on us. And this is going to be how to write the programs and how to print it. So real simple. First, everything is still going to auto-populate, including your logo, your title, all of that, your rack number. The only two things that you'll need to worry about editing on this sheet here is picking your group, which is the exact same on the training profile. So whatever groups you've made in the rack assignment is going to be here. And then this is just a place for you to type in, the training date or the testing type or any information that you ever want to store these papers when they're done, or if you want to look back on this tab and know what type of test it was or when it was. That way you can refer back to it. That's just an option for you. Everything else will auto-populate. Okay, in the rack assignments, just like you have in your groups, the names will auto-populate, and so will the training maxes, and so on and so forth. Now, in this tab, we're going to program inside the tab, just like we did with the old version of the multi-athlete programming template. Okay, in the top left corner, you're going to see this plus button. Okay, this plus button is an expander. Okay, the testing programming is hidden, so if I click this, it's going to open that up to where I can now see where I'm programming. And you can see if I change this exercise to something else, it's also going to look up the max numbers and it's going to roll down whatever you program and in the same row. So if you have one set of 5 at 50%, it's going to be there. It's going to auto calculate the weight and be ready to go. I also threw in the percent regulator. So let's say you wanted to test off, you have a max number inside their player database, but you want to be safe and you want to work off 90% of that squat of that lift specifically. You can press that and it's gonna back that down. Notice when I change that back to 100, that number's going to go back up and goes from there. You've got 10 slots. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12 rows of programming that you can follow this progression in order to test. Because I know sometimes it takes a lot of sets to be able to get it. And you can give these to your athletes to give them a runway on where to go, on how to get there. And even shooting over their max up to 110%. But totally customizable, right? If I delete this, it's going to delete on the sheet too. It's no problem. It's going to delete there. You're not going to be able to see it. To make it whatever you want it to be. And on this sheet, you'll have, this is a check mark column where you can check off every time they've completed a set. The athlete can. You have a place to record their final number, write any notes. Very testing specific. Remember, in your menu, okay, you're going to have on the sheet, you're going to have 4 exercises, okay? Same way you would anything else. So you got an exercise option here, exercise option here. Come down, you got an exercise option here, exercise option here. So you've got 4 different exercises that are going to fit on one sheet. And I'm going to show you the printing procedures here in a minute. But that's all you're going to edit. And those 4 exercises, they're going to be the same throughout the entire group. So you only have to do it once. I'm not going to ask you to try to copy and paste this down for every single rack. And notice this thing goes in red here because you're not going to edit this. I'm not going to let you edit it anyway because of trying to protect the sheet and making it foolproof. But it will automatically copy down everything that you programmed for every single rack that you have. So you only have to do this once, and then you print it, okay? So program in here, everything will come over. Remember, if you need to change their max numbers, that's in their player database. It's going off of everything that's in the spot. It still communicates the same way that all the other print cards do. It's just a little bit different to give you an option to set a template for testing. Now, when we go to print, okay, also, let me just say this. When you change your group, right, if I change to basketball, all the names are going to change, right, based off the rack assignments, okay? Change to freshman, okay, whatever group I have. If you don't have somebody in the rack, it's just going to be blank, okay? If I change it here, and then every rack below it is going to be set up in page breaks the same way it is. All the names are going to auto-populate based on rack, still up to 16 racks. So now, if I want to print, make sure that your programming menu is closed because we don't want to see that, right? We don't want to see that, and the printing is going to get messed up. Just like before, we're going to say Command-P, we're going to print, and the page break should already be fit for you, okay? Everything's at 0.2, just like last time, so we can maximize the real estate so you can see it really well, and this is what the page will look like. You got 4 exercises: back squat, trap bar, bench press, front squat, right? For this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, or girl. And really easy to see. You can use it, put it, and then all 16 racks are going to be on this sheet, okay? And the printing procedures are the exact same as your training cards, okay? You press next, and if you want all racks because you have all racks, you just press print all. You press print, and all of it will print in once for that group. If I want to customize it, because I know I only got racks 1 through 10, go 1 through 10. Preview will go there, and you can scrub through and make sure it's right. All the way to rack 10. We've got everything we want there. You press print, it'll all print out at once. All depending on how you want it. Now, everything should be there for you to print, ready to go. Just make sure you don't have this open when you go to press print because it will look funky. But it's as simple as that. You won't be able to mess with any of this stuff on here. The only things you worry about is changing your group, editing your programming, and pressing print.